Good morning. It's time for It's a Beautiful Day in Fairfield, our weekly podcast. I'm Mark Turner. That's Claire Vaughn. Beau Tatum and Robert Beach, Chef Robert, have joined us this morning. How's it going, guys?
Very well. How you doing?
Doing great. Doing absolutely great for a Friday morning.
Well, it's a beautiful Friday.
Beautiful.
Yes.
I mean, we say it's a beautiful day in Fairfield, and
Today it is.
today it's the most beautiful day in Fairfield because it's gorgeous outside.
Especially for July.
Yeah. I mean, when's the last time you've had late July and a day that starts out, 55, 60 degrees? I mean, that's just gorgeous.
I can't remember one.
No, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. So, Beau, you are, man, things are moving and shaking for you, man. Yeah. I see you out traveling around. You're everywhere playing. Apparently, you're everywhere working as well.
Yeah, it's very busy. Busy times, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
All right. You are getting ready to release a brand new single.
Yes, yeah. Next Friday, actually. It drops at midnight, July 26th. Two-story house will be out on all streaming platforms.
Okay.
I was going to ask where we can find it at. So all streaming platforms available for purchase. Are we going?
No, it's
free.
It's full-blown Napster. It's free.
All right.
So I won't try to name all of the ones that it's going out on because I won't remember them all. But like the ones that everyone knows, like Spotify and Apple Music and Amazon, Pandora, YouTube, TikTok, blah 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 blah. So
Really cool.
yeah, there's a bunch of other ones that I've never heard of before. So I mean, if
You never know.
if
though.
you're in Germany and that's what you use, just keep it on repeat, please.
Elena, if you're watching,
That's what
there
I
you
was
go.
gonna say. Share it with all your friends
Betcha.
in Germany.
And Chef Robert, you've been keeping busy as well, I see.
Yes, I have.
I mean, you've done a little traveling.
Fixing to go again.
Wow, where you going?
Canada,
Man,
26.
going up there where it's really nice and cool.
I hope so. Do some fishing.
Do you have family up there? Is that right?
We have a property up there.
Okay.
It's been on my mom's side of the family for a little over 100 years.
No big deal.
No big deal. But yeah, my brother and his wife and my sister and our kid Sam and my sister's husband.
Oh, that's fun.
We're all going to be up there, so it'll be good times.
Yeah.
Where did you go before? You were gone.
We were supposed to go to Georgia, but
Oh.
Denise caught para-influenza, and we were going to our great-grandniece's one-year birthday party, and we said,
Yeah.
nope, we're not going to take that chance.
No. Thank you for that. I'm
Yeah.
sure the parents really appreciated that.
We got to see lots of pictures and all that, so
Aw.
she's doing good and enjoyed it. They
Good.
had her up in Canada for the first time, too, before she was even one, so
Oh, wow.
she loved it.
That's awesome. What a
Absolutely.
lucky little babe.
Yeah.
Jealous.
Spoiled rotten.
I think I was in my mid-20s by the time I got to go to Canada for the first time.
She wasn't even one yet.
That's awesome.
Definitely.
Jealous. We were watching, my guilty pleasure is the Kardashians. I know. You guys probably hate me a little bit.
Me too.
But
Me too. Me too.
listen, it's so good. But they Kim took her kids to on a soccer tour, and they went to London, and they went, and Paris, and then I think she took her daughter to Japan. And I'm like, these kids have no idea. They have
Yeah.
no idea how lucky they are.
Right.
I'm, good for you. I'm not jealous by any means, but I'm like, I just see how spoiled my kids are with us having a pool in our backyard. That they just get kind of whatever about it, and it's you don't know how lucky you are. And then I see the Kardashians jetting around the world, bringing all their friends to soccer games, sitting in the party suites, and I'm like, you're just, if you ever have to live a real life, you're gonna be like, what the crap is this?
Yeah.
I remember getting taken to a hotel in Evansville that had a pool.
Yes.
And we're like, this is awesome.
100%. That was our vacations. And then,
Remember the Holodome?
yes, that's where we stayed. It had the glass,
Yeah.
you could see out. And then if we were lucky, we got to go to Holiday World the next day.
I'm pretty sure one of our 8th grade trips was they took us over to Windsor Oaks and Grayville one night.
Listen,
Love
but
Hey,
we
Jasper's came a long
enjoyed-
way. They came a long way.
Speaking of soccer,
Yeah.
I saw the other day where a 14-year-old debuted for the Philadelphia Major League Soccer franchise. 14.
14.
Wow.
So they don't have age rules
Apparently not.
apparently like the NBA where you
Yeah.
have to go to college.
Nope.
For 1 year.
Apparently not.
in the NBA? Do you have to go for 1 year?
Yeah.
Is that the rule? LeBron was the last one to get in before that.
Mm-hmm.
I hope somebody's controlling his money.
Yeah.
Right.
If
For
you'd
real.
given me pro athlete money at 14, we would not be sitting here right now.
Well, I know.
If you give me pro athlete money at my age,
And also, if you do it now.
Hey,
14 or 37, I don't care.
I'll take 1/1000th of a pro athlete salary, and I'd be just fine.
That's what me and my sister were sitting there watching it, and we're like, so Kim Kardashian's a big advocate for prison reform, too. And I was like, man, why can't they get passionate about, like, helping out, middle-aged poor people in Southern Illinois?
Small business owners.
Yeah.
Southern Illinois. Yeah.
Send some money our way, man.
Would be nice.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. So what else can we talk about? So Elks. Let's focus on
I
Chef
think
Robert
that's why we
and Elks.
decided to come on here.
Yeah.
We doing a lot more food and stuff now. I'm the ER again, so
Exalted ruler, for those
Yes.
that don't know what
Yeah.
ER
sorry, I'm
means.
using the
The slang, yeah.
So they call me the double tap ER because I've done it twice.
Mm.
And,
Back to back, or
back.
really?
No.
Okay.
No, there was one in between.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Harley was the first one. We called him the 2-time, and then
Nice.
he did it once, and someone else, and then he took it again. So I ended up having to do the same thing. But anyway, we're doing a lot more food now. We're cooking on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights and Friday nights, and then we started doing pork burger sales on Wednesday nights randomly. It was just an idea we threw out, and it's going over really well. And we were just doing them, almost every Wednesday, and then we decided to kind of schedule it. It was the first and the third Wednesday of every month, and it's been going way better than you'd expect.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to wait till Saturday to get your pork burgers.
We
did
right?
on-
So
right.
that's the ticket. You're not
You
having
get your
any
hump day burger.
competition. Yes.
So we decided that we've got this, there's this other market with pork burgers, and it's not when everyone else is doing it. So
Right.
we did one on a Sunday, and it killed. It was during football season. It was
That's
awesome.
a good idea.
And then we did another one in like February when it was freezing, and it killed too.
Yeah.
You just think outside the box here.
Yes,
you know,
definitely.
On those off days and off months, everybody wants their pork burger fix.
Mhm.
It's
Oh, for sure.
Especially in the winter.
yeah.
It's
Like,
like
I
drugs
can
to
fix-
these people.
Yeah.
I know.
I actually took some of the bacon sizzlers and then like the regular barbecue ones, and I took them to Chicago when I was wrestling, and there was this big barbecue with all these wrestlers and pool party and whatnot. So I made a bunch of these on the grill and put them out or whatever, and they went absolutely crazy over them. Like,
Well, yeah.
there was a chick that was she was a wrestler, but she was also a competitive bodybuilder, her and her husband, and I came in the kitchen and she's just over it, mogging it. What are these? What are these?
Gains,
I'm like,
gains days.
I bet those aren't on the plan, hon.
We've gotten them over, taking them to Canada too,
Oh,
into
yeah.
Florida.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
may have to
everybody's
take
like, "Oh,
some-
these are amazing."
I love the bacon sizzlers.
I mean,
Oh,
it
those
takes-
things are on the on the
Almost to point
Blackstone.
where I like those better than a pork burger.
Yeah, with butter. If you put real butter and cook it on the Blackstone,
Yum.
Chef Robert
Real
with the
butter
cheat
makes.
codes.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Real butter makes everything better. First of all,
and bacon in it.
Yeah. I remember the
Come
first
on.
time I put butter on a Pop-Tart. It was like,
toast it and then put the butter on it. Right? Mind blown.
we just ate it like, pieces of trash when we were kids, just cold.
Cold.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we joke about when we were kids too. We didn't know that buns existed. White bread was your bun
Oh,
for
yeah.
everything. You had a cheeseburger with 2 pieces of white bread. You had a hot dog wrapped in a piece of white bread. Roll. No, you'd have hamburger helper, and then you would have a piece of bread and butter with it. You
Yep.
know, so.
But that's a staple.
It is. Back when white bread was still good for you.
Yeah, when the bunny bread commercials were still going, the kid was like this, and the bunnies were just going through
Oh,
his body.
everyone wanted
Gotta
bunny
give me
bread.
some of that.
Yeah, it was so good. I miss
And then my
white
mom's
bread.
like, "We're not buying bunny bread or Wonder Bread."
Yeah.
Do you remember the bunny bread stores?
No.
No, there were a few around. I actually saw a sign. We were in Harrisburg over the weekend, coming back from visiting over at Carbondale,
Yeah.
and there's an old bunny bread store, and the sign is still there.
Really?
You know.
Now that you say that, I think I remember being maybe Centralia.
Yeah, you could go in
They
there
had,
and get all your whatever buns,
Right.
bread, whatever, plus the brownies and the fried pies and the fun stuff.
Awesome.
I miss the bunny bread store.
Oh, the good old days,
Yeah.
right? I am sweating.
Back when we had to walk
up.
up, uphill both ways to school in the snow.
Yeah, right.
Barefoot.
I'm officially old because I find myself telling my kids those stories. Like, well, I remember. They'll get mad if they don't have Wi-Fi for 0.5 seconds. Like, it's not working, and I'm like, back when I was a kid, like I'd get kicked off of the computer because
When someone called.
Someone called,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to do the dial-up.
That was spot on.
Thank
That
you.
was
I've been practicing
It's
my
like a time warp.
Oh my gosh, but yeah, the kids are spoiled these days,
It seems like I was just trying to keep my daughter from not picking up things and putting in her mouth and eating them, you know.
Right.
And then the next day she's just running on this iPad.
Right. Runs it better than you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did it to me last night. She said I was like, honey, I gotta go on TV tomorrow because she was like, Daddy, I want to spend the whole day with you.
Aww.
And I'm like, oh, I want that too now.
Yeah.
I gotta go on TV in the morning. She's like, are you wrestling tomorrow? I said no, and she's like, are you playing music on TV? And I was like, no. It's with Claire at RJ, and she's like, I've seen Luke on there.
Aww.
And I was like, you seen Luke on there? What are you talking about? She's like, here, I'll show you. And then she went and grabbed her tablet, and she went and was just like...
Found it?
And then it was like Luke's After Dark.
Oh,
I'm like,
my gosh.
how did you... What?
Keep in mind, his daughter is in preschool.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
she
No,
can't,
I
like,
understand.
type, you know what I mean?
I still
Like,
have to get her dressed in the morning. I mean,
Still have to wipe her butt, you know? But she can fully
That's because
operate.
she won't put the iPad down.
Yeah.
Listen, that's
Yeah.
the truth.
So then I was like, have you seen Daddy's? And she goes, no. Like, I've only seen Luke's. Luke's only on there.
He's
you know.
way cooler than you, Dad.
So then she goes up and finds me, and she's like, you're on here too. Is this the same place? I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Aw.
Well, then she goes over and she's been watching my old wrestling videos from Chicago. There's it was all filmed. So she's like, I like this one, and then we sat there.
They're on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh,
and,
cool.
And so then we were sitting there watching one that I'd forgotten about, and I don't know, we were like I don't know 3 or 4 minutes, and I was like, honey, do you want to keep watching this? She's like, yeah.
She was into it.
She got into the storyline because
my.
a guy came in and was not supposed to be in the match. He came in to interrupt, to mess up the finish, and she's like, he's not supposed to be in there. So he full on worked her,
Aw, that's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
She's just like, I gotta find out what happens. So, did you win? I'm like, yeah, technically.
Yeah.
Didn't
she's-
feel good, but I won.
Right. In the long run, I had a lot of surgeries, but that particular match I won.
Yeah. So then we got done. She's just like, let's watch another one. I was like, oh,
Great.
Okay. I mean, I'll take these precious moments, but
Right.
I guess it's better than 3 hours of Bluey or something.
Yeah, for
True.
sure. Although Bluey's kind of my fave.
Sometimes that's good, but Daniel Tiger or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, see, when my daughter was that age, we had to watch Barney.
Oh, that's a rough one, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Had to.
Yeah,
well-
pretty much.
Yeah.
That's a treat.
Yeah, right?
Well, and because we didn't have iPads.
Yeah.
When she was that age, I mean, we had to watch it on TV.
Yep.
Right.
So-
And VHS tapes you had to rewind over
Yeah.
and over again.
Yeah.
Be kind, rewind.
That's right.
VHS, Betamax.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
The thing with Barney, it always weirded me out. How is he this, cartoonish character, and then there's just, regular people
Yeah.
around? No one
Like,
found
I'm
this
gonna go
big-
drop my kids off with the T-Rex, the
Yeah.
purple T-Rex.
Yeah.
Just
Hey, will you
takes
watch
her
my
out.
kids for the day? You and your dinosaur friends?
Who thought this was a good idea?
Well, back in my day, it was the Banana Splits, H.R. Puffin stuff,
I remember those
Sigmund
guys.
and the Sea Monsters,
Uh-huh.
and it was kind of the same,
Same
thing,
thing.
but it was 70s. So.
Yeah. I don't remember any of those.
Also, Pee Wee's Playhouse. I'm not taking
Oh
my
my
kids to
God.
Pee Wee's house.
We
This
learned
guy
a
wears-
lot after. But
Pee-wee.
we should have known.
Yeah.
We all should have known from
Yeah.
Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Yeah, this guy wears a gray suit and a red bow tie every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're going to take our kids
Honey, I'm
there.
dropping you off at Pee Wee's house. I'll come get you in like 8 hours.
Not a good thought.
No.
But everybody watched it.
I know.
I actually used to do the Pee Wee dance with my dad.
Really?
So when my dad, so when my dad was on, I loved Pee Wee Herman when I was a kid. So when my dad was on the road, doing these like random country shows, there'd be a house band a lot of times, but he would always take me with him. So like I've been everywhere and played every state and county fair, ever, and hee haw and all this crazy stuff. And like a part of the show, he would put or I might have been wearing it already, a gray blazer on me, and I would do the tequila dance from the first movie, Pee Wee's Big Adventure, where he goes in the bar and he puts the white shoes on and he walks up on the bar. And
I didn't know he had movies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, I
As
wasn't
soon as we're
a-
done today.
Two or
As soon
three
as
of
you're
them.
done today, you gotta go home. You go home.
Top of my list.
He becomes friends with bikers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is where this took place, was in a
Yeah.
biker bar.
Yeah.
So you're reenacting this scene.
So yeah, I did do the whole dance, and pop the crowd or whatever.
Oh my gosh, that is gold.
Yeah.
So you got to
Right.
get Ellie in your routine then. Whenever you
She's-
start,
Yeah, she's a little more modern though. She's doing a lot of like Miley Cyrus and stuff, and she's real big into that that $1 Million Baby song.
Oh yeah,
And then like A Devil Is a Lie.
Yeah.
The stuff that she.
shouldn't actually be singing and.
So I turned it on one day, or maybe it came on in the Jeep, and she's like, "Oh man, I am fired up for this one." And then she starts just singing every word. I'm like,
What?
"How do you know this?"
My kids do it too. It's YouTube. It's like they watch it and they learn all these songs and
Yeah.
they'll know them better than I do. We had kids camp up here this week and it was funny. Like we had just music playing and that Shabuzi song came on and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, maybe I should turn it. And they're all like, yeah, my favorite song. And they're singing every single word. And I'm like, okay, apparently your parents let you listen to it at home, so it's okay to play up here. But
I've caught her slipping and saying the
Bad words?
But if I'm around, she bleeps them. so she knows better. So
Yeah,
at least there's
that's-
that. Like she knows them because she probably hears them from me. But
yeah,
she knows you're not supposed to say them. So.
right. That's
I feel like that's good parenting.
yes,
Yeah.
I agree. My dad
Lead
always
by example, right?
Yeah. My mom never sheltered me one bit.
Oh, man.
Not one bit. Like watch what you want.
Yeah. You turned out fine.
Yeah. 8 years old watching Showgirls.
My dad's rule was always you could say the cuss word in the song, but like not say it in conversation. I don't know if that's the right way to do it or not, but it made us know it was wrong to say.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
sing the song if you're feeling it.
I just did it with my friends later.
Yeah, right. listen to what word I learned today. Felix came in the other day saying mother trucker.
Mother trucker.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Well,
still
at least
like
you're-
that one.
Yeah, I'm like, at least
I
they're
still-
not saying the bad word. I'm like, I kind of dig it, but I got in trouble when I was like in 8th grade. I said the word biatch about a friend online back on the MySpace days. Called her a biatch. And there was a whole thing. Like the mom called my dad and was like, how dare your daughter call my daughter the B word? And I was like, it's biatch. It's just like my girl. She's my, like, tried to play it off like it was a...
Like it was a
It did
compliment.
not.
Was
yeah.
that the context you used it in though?
No, absolutely not.
You didn't like the girl?
She didn't invite me to a sleepover. We were
Oh,
best
she is a
friends.
biatch.
I know.
Rude.
Her mom said she
Hey,
needed
what's
more
her name?
friends.
I'll text it to her right now. I'll be on her Facebook.
I think we've resolved our issues,
Oh,
but
I'm not over it. I just found out about it.
how dare you? Oh my gosh.
And she got you grounded or whatever.
I was in big trouble for
I hate
that.
that
Oh,
biatch.
I
man.
know, right?
I hate her.
If you add another letter in the word, it takes away the
The word.
the word, right? It's
Takes
not a
away
bad
the bad-
word.
The other word, it makes a
yeah,
new word.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like, what is it?
I was just calling her a dog.
Yeah. Is that any better? I don't know. But oh my gosh. Okay, so pork burger sales on first and third Wednesdays.
At night.
At night.
At
Yeah.
night. Like
Mhm.
5 to whenever we
Sell
sell
out.
out. Yeah.
And then Tuesdays and Thursdays are bar food, bar
Correct.
menu.
Yeah.
So I need to get a copy of the bar menu too and like post it on Facebook. Check out Fairfield, Illinois Elks Lodge on Facebook, and we post like the specials and the stuff that's going on there. But cheeseburger wraps, like fried food for the most part.
Yeah.
I don't know what else is all on there.
Robert probably knows more than I would know.
You got your Philly cheesesteak. Most of our sandwiches can be either on the buns or a wrap.
Oh, okay.
We have our chicken parmesan, which sells good.
Ooh.
And that's something my nephew created when he was working with me there, Cameron Crawford.
Okay.
And it's actually a big thing. And then I had Miss Chastity Fry ask for something last week.
Yeah.
After she had that, she goes, "Can you make a grilled chicken Caesar wrap?" I said, "Yep."
Yes.
So we're going to offer that tonight too.
I want that in my
Okay.
mouth right now.
That sounds amazing.
So I've already made the Caesar dressing. It is
Okay.
made from scratch.
Homemade.
Not there's no anchovies in it because
Alright.
a lot of people don't care for it, but
Right.
it's a very good recipe I've used before. So
Okay.
we're going to offer that tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I wish that I was in. I wish I was in town so I could come up. I haven't had any of your steak
Ever?
ever. But now I need to go up and get some.
So they are pretty darn good.
Is that better? This one?
I think I'm too.
The trick with my steaks is when I get my ribeyes in,
Yeah.
they do come. I get them from Wabash Food Service. It is Doeg meat from Doeg Meat Market over in Indiana, and I get the meat in. I wet age it for about 3 weeks before I even open the cryovac and cut it and serve it. So what happens is
Up or
that
down?
automatically the enzymes in the meat start working and tenderizing the ribeye itself. So that's why people are like, "Why are your steaks so tender?"
Yeah.
That's what I do. It's a trick I learned down in Florida, working with different chefs. So
Very cool.
it works
Yeah.
very well.
Well, we're gonna start coming up. July was kind of an off month for
July's
you.
a crazy
so,
month,
yeah.
yes.
So we haven't got to come
It's
up
my
yet. and
getaway
then-
month.
I know. Good for you. Everyone needs a break for
Mhm.
sure. And then the one Friday that you're cooking is the Friday we're planning on being out of town.
That's
so.
all right. I'm not going anywhere.
No, I'll be with you in August. For sure.
Everybody
you go.
likes their their steaks at home, especially most men are like I cook the best steak. At home.
Right.
But I will pick Robert 10 out of 10 times.
Over yours.
I was going to say the same thing.
And I'm good. I mean, I'm good. I mean, I did it last night, and it was great, and there's nothing left. But I would rather him do it.
I will say, I personally love when people cook for me way better than when I cook my own stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's just,
Oh, yeah.
it's like when I cook at home, it's like, okay, I've got to grocery shop, I've got to sweat in the kitchen, I've got to, by the time I get done cooking, I don't want to eat it because,
Right.
and then I'm hot and then I have to do the dishes afterwards. So it's just, everything tastes better if someone cooks it for you.
That's the
in
golden
my
rule right there. It
opinion,
tastes
yes.
better when somebody else has made
For
it.
sure.
I tell people when they come over, if I cook out and I invite people over,
Yeah.
I said, well, how do you want your steaks? I'll have medium rare. Okay. You may get it medium rare. You may not get it medium rare.
I'll try my best.
I will do
You'll
what I
get what
can.
you get, and you won't throw a fit.
You ain't paying for it, so I dare you to complain. Oh my gosh. I made homemade Alfredo sauce for the first time this week. Actually turned out really good. Completely different ballpark than like a store-bought Alfredo
Oh, yeah.
sauce. It's like not even the
Absolutely.
same food.
No,
Nope.
it tastes a little better.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Just a little. It's like canned corn or like freezer corn. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? They're not even in the same
Nope.
caliber.
Let alone fresh corn.
Oh,
Yeah.
A book a few years ago, about that thick, and it was restaurant recipes.
Yeah.
They had like the Olive Garden Alfredo sauce recipe
Mhm.
there, and the Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits, and if you remember back this far, the Chi-Chi's fried ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Did you guys
Yeah.
make a lot of them out of there?
basically the Alfredo sauce.
Hey.
We can just rip out that one page, throw away the
Right,
book,
throw
and
away
then
the rest.
we don't ever make anything else.
Wow. Alfredo's my jam. That's my favorite. But
We do have that on the menu.
on
you can-
Friday nights.
Yes, and you can get that with shrimp or chicken or basically anything.
Yeah.
We do have it, so you can do it that way.
Broccoli.
Broccoli, absolutely.
Love
Bacon
it.
sizzler.
We I can get those in. I can get them in.
Hey, yeah, ask and you'll receive at the Elks. They'll hook you up.
Cook that on the flat grill. I'm sure Justin, who's doing a great job, Justin Locke, he would be happy to do that.
Yeah,
sounds like a plan.
I definitely wanted to say something about him because
He
Justin
does.
cooks Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yes.
And we've had several people that have been in and out volunteers, and we appreciate all their hard work and everything that they've tried to do for us. But Justin came in with some experience, and you can tell he really cares about what he's doing, and he's always in a great mood, and it doesn't matter what you throw at him, and his food is just on point.
Yeah.
So I always make it a point to pop in there and tell him, like, hey man, you're doing a great job, because he's absolutely turned those weeknight food nights, absolutely around.
Yeah. People enjoy it. I actually looked at him one Friday, and I just looked at him. I go, I feel like I'm working with me.
Aww.
And he just looked at me and smiled.
That's
the
great.
And he
best
goes, that's the
compliment.
best thing ever. And I said, I'm serious. I'm working with me with you. And
That's awesome.
he kicks butt.
Yeah. So he's kind of like your sous chef on Friday nights.
Sure. I will give him that credential.
I like it. And it's good. It's so good if you
yeah.
work well with someone. That makes such a difference
And he
in the
cares.
kitchen. And yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So Thursday nights, I wanted to point out too is, I don't know, for the indefinite future, is dollar domestics.
Mhm.
So you can go in, get dollar domestics, and get your delicious food from the bar menu, which is constantly growing, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always a lot of fun. They do Queen of Hearts, and they draw
That's right.
those on Thursday nights.
8 o'clock. Yeah.
8 p.m. And
Free
then
jukebox.
free jukebox, which is always a plus.
The great thing about that is that they shut the app off, so you have to get your fat ass up and take $1 to the jukebox like the old days,
Yeah.
and sit there because it doesn't respond as well,
Yeah.
So you see all these young kids up there, pumping fives and they're
Right.
crowding around the jukebox like they used to.
Yeah.
And play this one, oh, girl, play this one.
Right.
So it's
I like that because I remember back in the day when I was bartending there, people would like drive by or be in the vicinity and they'd like play a song on the jukebox, and like
Yeah.
override whatever you were playing, and like it'd be the most like just ridiculous song like Barbie Girl or
Yeah.
something like that. And you're like, who played that? And like,
we used to do this. Christy's probably gonna get mad at me for saying, but George would always, when they would come up to eat, they would come up and like he'd go to the jukebox and he'd play some songs.
Neon Moon.
Yeah, it was always Neon.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was like the same like 4 or 5 songs. You
Yeah.
always tell George been in the jukebox. So there was. I remember at one time in particular, like he goes up there and he's putting his money in, and so then you get on your app and you fast pass it and you put on like Come On Eileen or something.
Yeah, something ridiculous that he would never play.
I didn't play that. It was not me.
Backstreet Boys.
And he got privy to the joke and was just
Yeah.
like, I see what you guys are doing.
You're right.
Yeah. Like, all right, you call it.
It's pretty fun.
Good sport though. God love it.
Yes, he
Absolutely.
is. Yeah, Neon Moon, I think that is their song, so I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
them playing that a lot. And
I've heard her
sometimes
say
they'll
that.
I had to
swirl
play that
it
at a
around.
funeral. Have I told that story?
No, you had to
I-
play, like actually play it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't know. I couldn't remember. I think last time I came, Kenny Lackey hadn't passed yet by the time I was on this. So they had asked for us to, like, his old band, me and Jim Garrett and Mark Withrow, to play at Kenny's funeral. So we're like we have to do this. I don't want to do this.
Right.
But all right, we got to do this because it was requested. So we go and we kind of get together and like, hey, what do you want to do? And I was like, I want to do a bunch of Kenny songs, stuff that he did or stuff that reminds us of him. And so we got together and we did some like Keith Whitley and some Cowboy Rides Away, George Strait, and a bunch of ones that were like appropriate for a funeral.
Right.
And they were also all Kenny songs that he did, and so we go in and we do like 5 or 6 songs at and then everyone thanks us or whatever, and then so we get done and we go back downstairs at Johnson and Vaughn, and I'm just like, thank God that's over.
Yeah.
So I'm like cruising, I'm just like, all right, now I can just be at my friend's funeral. And then so we go up and we sit down, and like the service is getting ready to start, and the preacher comes over. He goes, hey, the family requested that maybe you guys play again. And I'm like, I gotta do another set at the damn funeral.
Right. Oh,
Hey,
my
I'm
gosh.
mourning too.
Right, right.
You know, and so then about that time, his oldest son comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, would you play Neon Moon?" And I said, "Here?"
At a funeral?
He's like, "Yeah, that song just reminds me of my dad." I was like,
Aw.
"Your dad, told me, taught me, he gave that song to me when we started playing."
Right.
And I was like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I looked over at Uncle Jimmy and Mark, and I'm like, "Are we fucking doing that? Are we really?
Are we doing this?
And then they were just like, "Yep, whatever." So then we got up and we played like 5 or 6 more, just like random
Wow.
ones, off that.
Wow.
And I'm like, we did like, let's do a couple before I got to belt out Neon Moon
Let me get warmed
in
up.
a funeral parlor.
Get this loosened up right here.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's a unique one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like right before we played it, I'm like, so this isn't a first. I'm used to playing this to a bar full of drunk people at 11 o'clock at night.
Right. Can you guys like get into it for me, please?
No, it's just like. So we played it and they stood up and clapped like we was in a bar.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome, though.
It was the worst, coolest moment. Like,
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, it's different, but
I have.
Well, I saw. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no, that's okay.
I saw Stacy Morris in the back, like with her phone,
Mm.
video.
Yeah.
And then when I was leaving, I was like, "Do not show that to people like we're the funeral band, because I'm not taking any more of these bookings."
this is a first and last here.
If
But
I get a message on Monday, want me to play your uncle's funeral, it's no.
no, the answer's no. This is a special request here.
I went to a funeral and they played "Turn, Turn, Turn" by the Byrds
Okay.
as the pallbearers carried the casket out.
No.
Yeah.
And that was seeing as I knew the guy, it was
Appropriate.
appropriate.
Yeah.
And kind of moving. It's kind of like you said, the worst, coolest moment.
Yeah.
You
I went to the best funeral I've ever been to, which is such a weird thing to say, but
That funeral was bust.
it was like just so great. Teresa Kaiser who passed away, Heidi Hodges' mom. I went to hers, and I mean, I was in like the side room. It was so full that the
Yeah.
overflow room was completely full. But it was so well thought out. Like Heidi spoke, Ryan spoke. They played some Key West songs from like their favorite Key West bars that they go to. And Sam Kaiser actually recorded singing Willie Nelson's "Always on My Mind,"
Yeah.
and they played that. But they just had music incorporated throughout, and like I said, everything was it just honored her so well. And a lot of times I've been to a lot of funerals, and a lot of times it's just like, okay, let's get through this, and just go through the steps, and it was just amazing. It really honored her so well, and
There was a funeral coordinator there, like they hired a wedding coordinator.
For real,
Would you ever do a
That's
funeral?
crazy.
they did so good. So it was.
Speaking of Key West, we should do a Key West theme some night. Can you sing Jimmy Buffett songs?
I probably can. I don't-
Tina's been. I mean, she's mentioned it to I don't know how many people up
I
there.
am
when
a
we've been
Buffett
up. There's
fan.
probably you. And,
Oh yeah.
That's
I
a
know she
fun
mentioned
idea.
it to Caleb Dunn one night and
And listen, people love
Debbie
theme nights,
Wallace.
so you
we
probably
had
have
a
Oh,
Jimmy
yeah.
Buffett night.
Yeah.
We really should.
I've never been to Key West, so like, what is a Key West menu? Fish and
Yeah, you have a mixture of like Bohemian, Caribbean type
okay,
and Key West food. Fresh fish, of course,
Yeah.
shrimp, mahi. Catching mahi, bringing it in off the boat and cooking it that night is the best ever. And catching them is so
can
much
we
fun.
It's gonna be a long
Catch
day
that
for us.
at- Can we
Gotta
catch
head to
that out at
Florida.
Samdale Lake?
No, but I'd be more than happy to go down the Keys and go fishing and bring some back.
It's a write-off,
and,
right?
if it's a
Yeah,
Jimmy
there you
Buffett
go.
night, you gotta have
Think we could get
cheeseburgers.
the-
Oh yeah, we'll have cheeseburger in paradise. Absolutely.
yes,
There is no other way around it.
mine with lettuce and
And-
tomato.
Of course, some margaritas,
Oh yeah.
because
We'll have to buy a blender. I think somebody threw it away.
that's not
Somebody
a
as in
problem.
you.
No.
No, we won't mention names.
No. Maybe the PER Association will pay to send us to Florida to go fishing for.
We could do that.
It's a write-off.
I'm on that committee, so
We
Might
were
be
down
able
in
to
the
make it
Keys
happen.
fishing. We used to go to Marathon. We had a timeshare when we lived in Florida. And we're out on the boat, and we got into the school dolphins. And you leave one in the water at all times because they just swarm around that fish, and you're just pulling them in. We probably caught 20, 25.
Wow.
My dad's sponging the blood off the boat, because the fish are bleeding. They're biting the sponge as he's dipping it in the water. He's like, they're biting the sponge. They're almost on my fingers.
Wow.
I was laughing. But, yeah, it's just so much fun and fresh fish.
Yeah.
And they're so
mahi.
pretty.
Are
When
they?
you first catch them, it's like a rainbow.
Okay. I was like, I can't
Absolutely.
even picture it. Oh, for some reason, I'm picturing a marlin in my head.
No,
Have you ever
no
seen-
bills.
Seen Biodome? It's the one that's over the mountain.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
You need to watch a lot of movies.
I do.
Yeah.
That is my weakest subject, movies. Like
Mine too.
And I think guys have a separate spot in their brain.
Well, I remember
For
every
movies?
funny thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Right.
I remember movie quotes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. You guys are good with that.
Your seafood nights have went over just
Oh, I
unreal.
know.
Yeah.
Everyone loves seafood, and there's really nowhere good to get it around here, honestly, unless you go to Kretzger's.
Right.
Kretzger's about the closest.
Yeah.
But there's just this crab and
Yeah.
maybe some fish.
I
but
think
like,
they have lobster too.
Lobster.
Yeah,
But that's about
sometimes, but I mean,
To have
his stuff
good
was
fish,
exotic. It was
yeah.
just scallops and crab cakes, which I would fight anybody if there was one left. I'd fight
Crab
everybody
cakes
in
with
this
my
room.
homemade remoulade.
Mm.
And then the mahi, when I would do that, it's actually in a recipe I created down there. I call it Key West Mahi,
Oh, cool.
which is very good. It's got like key lime juice, white wine. Used to be white wine Worcestershire on it, but
Okay.
it's like Nell and Void now, which was some of the best stuff. Salt, pepper, a little bit garlic, and green onions on top of it.
Yum.
And broiled or baked. It's amazing.
Sounds good. I'm typically a blackened mahi girl. It's like my favorite
You
fish
can
in the
get
whole
that
world.
there
But
Friday nights.
Yeah?
I'll blacken anything.
no, all right. I love it blackened.
You worked down in Florida, didn't you?
Yes.
You were. So I mean, you want. I'm just trying to pitch something to you. You give us a little backstory on where you come from.
From Florida, let's see. My first job when I was 16, I was washing dishes at a franchise place called the Purple Pickle. But I started learning short order cooking from a cook there. And eventually went on to another place where a friend of mine was working called Le Cave, which is a French restaurant. And I started working there, and the French chef, started going to culinary school. And the French chef, he was French Martinique, Jean-Jacques Lafosse. He started teaching me the cooking there. And I actually, when I was 18, that was the number 4 French restaurant in Tampa Bay area.
Wow.
Granted, 2 of the other ones were still part of their little thing.
Yeah.
Because they had one in Sarasota, one in Tampa, and ours. And then I went on and I worked in different places, working with different chefs and all that. The last place I worked at before we moved up here was a place called Island Way Grill, which was actually owned by Frank Chevis and also Mike Allstott and Dave Moore, which were players for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, cool.
Mike Allstott stayed with the Buccaneers the whole time, never left anywhere, retired from the Buccaneers. Great guy.
Wow.
He's from Joliet, Illinois.
Really?
But I worked there for about 10 years, and I learned sushi. I learned how to taste wine. That's where I learned how to age the meat in wet aging.
Right.
I learned so much, and I became a sous chef at nighttime there. I was actually over about, if you include the servers, probably 30 people in a night.
Wow.
So I learned how to manage. I was always a manager pretty much anywhere I ever worked, ever since I was 18. So
I think
but-
we should do a sushi night.
it might go over. There's a lot of people eat
I was going to
sushi
say, we
around
have to
here.
drive to Evansville or Mount Vernon to get sushi, and if not, like we
Allie's
talked,
has got very good sushi.
Yes,
I love Allie's.
We could get a couple Blackstones and roll in there and do the
Hibachis, yeah.
it'd make some good content
Tables-
for
Tableside hibachi, we'll just wheel this thing around. I don't know if that'll be legal, though, with the propane and all.
And, you know.
Mark Elliott, please don't show up that night.
Thank God he's a good friend of mine.
You know,
We'll probably get it done.
it might
before
be a
anything
finger
else.
or
Yeah.
two in your sushi, but, you know.
He might show up to eat.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's true, he would.
So I've just checked in on the live chat, and I missed one from our earlier conversation, but Sammy Louise commented and said, "Zoom out and make him do the dance."
I like that.
Oh my God.
Hang on.
I love it.
Can we find? Let me find it. See if we can find it.
Oh, we can do it.
She's hilarious. The fact that she even thought. I don't know how much I can zoom out, but oh yeah, we can get you.
Can we get it?
We can get you.
I can. So I was like 4 years old, so this is all I can really remember. And something along the lines of. And this was without tequila playing. There it is.
Oh my gosh, that is so great. Thank you, Sandy, for the suggestion.
I need to go out to City's Tavern and knock a bunch of motorcycles over.
Yeah, right. I hope Ellie got to see that.
She'll find it. She will find it. Oh
If
my
I ever
gosh.
get famous, that's what's going to be like playing all over the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, for real.
You just need to hook up with a highway. They'll get you started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so let's see. Like it's 9/11. So you want to talk about Beau Tatum and the Dirt Devils for a little bit?
Yeah, I promised Debbie that
We got some more things.
Yeah.
Elks.
there were some things that I needed to touch on. I texted
Okay.
her last night. Which I'll give a shout out to Debbie Wallace too, because
Yes.
Debbie is the unsung hero at the Elks Lodge.
Absolutely.
And she takes care of all of us misfits. I've been the ER twice, but Debbie was the ER kind of behind the scenes because I'm so busy. She makes sure that I don't miss anything, and that all the communications and everything that comes to me, she just kind of runs. She makes sure that I don't look stupid for to the other lodges or whatever. So
Right.
we love Debbie. Debbie's Elk mom. So if you see Debbie, tell her thanks for all she does.
Mad props.
She's the best.
But so I texted her last night. We have a golf tournament, a golf scramble that comes up every year. It's usually the day right after the hospital scramble on a Friday, so ours will be on that Saturday. And I want to say that it is August 3rd. Is that right? Pretty sure, yeah, because
Yeah, I
I've got
think so.
gigs every other weekend. So, so the golf tournament, it's $90 per player, 2 on a team. Hole sponsors are $500. Cart sponsors are $100. Banner sponsor is $100, or all 3 cart and banner for $600. If you sponsor a team, that'll be $180 for the team. That includes pay, cart, food, 50/50, and skins. You can sign up at the golf course, and Ronnie Vaughn is catering that day.
Very good.
Awesome.
That night, we always have the after party is at the Elks, where we do awards and prizes for the day. And we also have DJ Haas there that night, DJing and doing karaoke, so it's going to be a big party afterwards. Last year was all kinds of fun.
Karaoke.
But I just wanted to go ahead and touch on, the fact that a lot of people think the Elks is just, a place where you can go get, a cold drink and a hot meal or whatever, but we donate money. That's the whole fraternal organization is about, giving charity, and the business that we run is primarily just to support the good deeds that we do, and to reward our members for all that they do and to get them more involved. But we do all kinds of stuff for local youth and scholarships, high school and in grade school. We do the hoop shoot every year. Veterans with Elks. Our veterans will never be forgotten. There's all kinds of stuff like that. Children's care clinics. There's just too many to name, and we always pick different things. Like we've done the Compassion Pregnancy Center and Feed My Sheep and a million other things that we do all year, every year. So a lot of the money that's raised, and you see us out, selling something or raffling or doing this or that or the other, it's for a good cause. So, there's a stigma that kind of comes with, like, oh, that's a bar. It's not a bar. Like, I mean, there's some of us that kind of, do the charity work just like to drink and eat steaks.
Right.
So,
I mean, don't judge us.
yeah. But we'd love for anyone to come proposition to join and come, come join us on a Friday night or a Tuesday or Thursday night and see what it's all about and jump in and help out. So
So if they want to become a member, they just come up and they can get the application. In the dining room or at the bar, and apply. I've been a member for years, even though probably, I don't know, 13 years or something at this point.
I think it's about where I'm at.
So even if like there were years I was having babies, I didn't go up there, for a lot of years, but I kept my membership active because I know it all goes to a good cause, and you never know when you're going to want to pop up and eat on a Friday night or whatever. So I encourage you. It's not a lot of money for a yearly membership. You get a free fish fry out of it. Bring the whole family.
Yep.
I mean, you got a family of 4 or 5, it pays for itself right there with a free fish dinner. But
we've also got the room upstairs, the big event.
Yeah.
We just a lot of people don't know that we redid the bar. We ripped that old tiki bar out and remodeled up there and done some painting, and we've got plans to redo the floor at some point. But it's a great venue for anything, for a party or
reunion,
weddings.
Yeah.
So it's always available for rent. Just call up to the lounge and somebody will take care of you.
And the bathrooms have all been redone up there too.
Yeah.
I was going to say, the bathrooms are
Thanks
really
to
nice.
great carpenter and Hayes.
Yeah, they were a nightmare zone before.
Yeah.
But they're fantastic now.
I just remember, I can't remember what event it was, but they weren't quite done when there was a big event up there, and so they went to the girls' bathroom, and there was just no dividers in between. It was just like sitting on a toilet.
Open dumping.
And I'm like, listen.
Hold my hand, girl. Hold my hand.
Exactly. And they're just bathroom girl chats. They happen anyways. This just, really made it very up close and personal. But like, I know guys do this, like pee next to each other, but that was
Usually
a little.
not. Usually not. Usually guys will like
wait or space out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
If there's three urinals,
You put one in between.
he'll go to the stall.
Listen, if someone comes and stands at the one next to you and there's 5 or 6,
Yeah.
they're either trying to make you uncomfortable.
That's me.
At least the elks are divided too, though.
Yeah.
So.
Sometimes I like to be honorary and I'll go stand next to them and I'll pull my pants down to my ankles like a toddler.
See how awkward I can make this.
And they're like, "What the?
What is happening, dude?
What's going on, man?" But just no sell it like you're,
Oh my gosh.
you know,
Sammy said that she has it on the big screen at home, so Ellie definitely saw you with the
I'm sure it was super flattering.
Oh my goodness. Well, yes, love the Elks, and
Oh yeah.
I'm so thankful that they have you cooking, and
I've told you this several times. I've ate at a lot of quote unquote fine dining restaurants. Your steaks are
I appreciate that. Thank you.
right there, in a lot of cases better.
Thank
So
you. Yeah, I've been there 10 years. It'll be 10 years.
Wow.
11 years in October.
wow.
And you also held at the food program out of Brookstone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there 13 years.
Well, we're glad to have you.
Thank you for your
home.
service.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so on to Beau, Tatum, and the Dirt Devils, and Beau Tatum. Got some big exciting stuff going on.
Yeah.
A
A little more so than last time I was on.
Yeah. Last time Beau was on was like his first time that he'd played music like on a social media network, right? I mean,
First
to,
time
like,
I'd ever done any
original
original music.
Yeah. So we were so thankful for that, and I feel like gave Beau a little bit of confidence and started playing more originals, and I feel like it's just really taken off.
That was the launch right there.
Yeah.
I remember that was right before Little Texas. Before.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we were writing songs to do that hour for them. And I remember coming on here and being like, I don't know what the hell I'm going to play. So I had a piece of a song that I'd been working on, and I just played that piece of it. And I mean, and then like a month later, I had 8 that I did.
Yeah.
For Little Texas. It was crazy. I've since finished that one and then played it a bunch. But yeah, I was so nervous to ever release anything or do any of your own music. It's like the hardest thing. You can go and play somebody else's song that someone else, that everyone already likes, if you get close, then you're good. But like if you write something of your own and put it out, and I think no response is worse than you suck.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
So like if you're not even getting hate. I think that's the biggest scare for me. It was just like, what if no one gives a shit?
Yeah, right.
Then you're like, that's worse.
It's so like you're just so vulnerable because this is like, some of your songs may be based off truth. Some are, stories that you wrote, like Skipper's Inn. That really isn't anything personal, but it's still a vulnerability to put yourself out there and I hope that people like or hate have a feeling about about what you've written. And I know you've thrown a lot away before they even get to us. You know what I mean? No, that's trash. Like I'm not even gonna keep going with that.
I have way more written than I've ever shown, but then there's way more that are like in the trash. Yeah. Or burnt, I'm like, right. I don't want anyone to ever see that.
Not
just bad writing.
Oh my gosh.
But I learned a lot about songwriting in this whole process, and then going and writing with Dylan Wolf and seeing how, the guys that do it every day, get things done, and,
right,
and that changes the way you do things and how fast you can do it, and your understanding of it. So.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad that you have resources like that to help you kind of learn how to do it. And I feel like you've written a lot in a short period of time to, like you said, you didn't want to do Before Little Texas. You didn't want to go out there and just be a cover band. You wanted to have your originals and have them ready. And I think you killed it. My husband, Noah, he's like, not to put Little Texas down, but like Beau, like they were good, like they killed it up there. So to get up on I'm not saying Fairfield is the biggest stage in the world, but to get up on a big stage like that and
any stage with
for sure, perform live. I mean that's vulnerability right there. And
see, I was way more nervous to do it. Everything here is more nerve-wracking. Like I'm playing a really big show on Saturday in Robinson. And I'm not nervous at all. I don't care, because I just walk out and I'm a different person. But no matter what I do here, you're still Beau Tatum. Like, I'm still that wrestled upstairs at the Elks.
That trimmed my trees.
I'm still a business owner in town.
Nobody knows you in Robinson.
No, they think I'm Brooks and Dunn in Robinson.
I think that is such a funny thing too that like your turnout even is better in other towns. Like you go to Robinson or other places and it's like he has like a better following. It's like but I think that is the fact of it that it's like they know you as Beau the ER.
I saw him at Classic Pizza on Tuesday.
Right. Like I'm not gonna go fangirl over.
Or I saw him at the Elks last weekend, and he'll be at out at the Well this weekend and the JW the weekend. So I can go see him anytime.
Right. But that's he does space it out around here.
I try to. That's important. Pretty much everywhere is that a lot of guys will go out and they'll play the same spot every month. Yeah. Same day, second Saturday of the month or whatever. And like anytime anyone tries to get me to do that, I say, no, I can't do that. Because you do that the first time, and then the second time the crowd's less, and because they're like, well, we saw him last month, and we can see him next month, so so we're not going to go this month. So then you got to make them want to come see you. Like, I don't know when he's going to be here again soon.
Supply and demand.
It's hard to do, like playing in the same radius. But I would almost rather play less to get more out of when you play.
I call that keeping it fresh.
That's right.
For sure, and I think there's a lot to say about that because, in marketing terms, it's supply and demand. Like if we don't know when the next time you're going to be here is, like we're going to make a better effort to go out and listen and the band and you do better if you have a crowd that's there and that's into it. Like I feel like you're past the point
depressing.
Of playing for two people. You know what I mean? Like, nope, I'm done here. Keep your money.
We've kind of figured out where we need to go and where we don't, and it's nothing to do with us. But sometimes some places people just don't show up. And it doesn't matter who's there.
Right.
So. What I did, I have done a bonehead thing, which this is going to go one way or the other, but I booked a show at a brand new bar in a brand new town the night, or the day that my single drops.
Oh.
So we're playing at the Dutchman's on Main and Breeze, and I've never been there before.
Okay.
And the duo is going to be there with me, so I mean it's a little safer, but never played there. So like I'm going to go to a brand new crowd and you're trying to promote the single that dropped today.
Yes.
So I mean hopefully we can do enough, up up the week up until then or whatever.
Yeah.
To,
promote it. And
Yeah. So,
You need to video that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It'll probably be close to the same as any other one, except I'll just play the single at the end.
I mean, I guess when we were down in E-Town, it's like you played your covers most of the night and you'd throw in some originals, right? And then, but like the end, I'm trying to think which song did you end with? It was an original, but
Two-Story House.
Two-Story House, okay.
Yeah.
So, but like the whole crowd was just as into it as they were the covers, which at that point, we have probably had a few drinks or whatever, but like to still get them amped up with like originals that they've really never heard before. And there were a lot of people that are like, I've never heard of them,
Yeah.
These are really good.
That was the first night ever that, like, since it's kind of slowly came out and teased a little bit. Of course, there was like 5 Fairfield girls right up front.
Right.
But there was like 20, foreign girls,
Yeah.
all around, and then
Right.
all the other people there. But like that big giant group that was up front, by the second chorus, everybody was singing it back to me.
Yes.
And
That's gotta be such a-
That's
and
a
I was
good
just like,
feeling.
I know none of y'all know this.
This is the first time you've heard it.
Yeah, and like that's when you kind of know you got something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's got to, if it's catchy like that and it has a good chorus where you can just pick it up after listening to it through once, Yeah, it's a hit, I think. We got to kind of listen to it ahead of time and played it on the radio, and it just like, man, it belongs on the radio. Like I cannot wait to see how it goes. So be sure and pay attention on July 26th for that drop. And I think we may get to hear it today. Are you going to play it for us today, or play a sample, or what are you
I
thinking?
could probably find a guitar in here. Or something.
We may have one here for you somewhere.
Like
I
you.
don't.
Looking around.
I don't know if I want to like follow Monkey Fly a Plane.
Yeah.
Listen,
I know. Yeah, I agree.
Dude.
talk about a catchy
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
I still know all the words.
We need to get us both on air. We'll do a collab.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
when I saw that, I was like, that song rules. And have you never showed me that? How have you not ever showed me?
So that was a Friday morning that Marty was on here and did Monkey Fly Plane, and then you played at the Elks that night.
Yeah.
And remember, like, I think you did a little bit of a
Monkey
Monkey
Fly.
Fly Plane. I was like, yes, we need Marty.
It still periodically lives rent free in my head.
For sure. Baby
I'll just
Shark.
be up there cutting trees and just like Monkey Fly Plane.
Oh, man. Talk about a hit.
Man, I wish he would. I mean, he needs to record that. I'll hook him up with some guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he recorded and traveled, like,
Yeah.
toured and stuff back in the 80s.
Yeah, somewhere.
Slug Hog.
Yes.
Slug Hog.
Slug
Yeah.
Hog. I'm like, band names are just my favorite. I love to learn the stories because they're just sometimes the most random.
That sounds like something like one of my friends would call,
Yes.
call their member. I'm pretty sure Lucas, Texas probably
Use
used
that
term.
100%. Oh my gosh, Lucas Tex.
How we doing on time?
We got it's 9:28, so
We
we're
got time.
we're I just have to be at a meeting by 10, so
Okay, there you go.
yeah, 9:29 I guess. So yeah, do you have anything else you want to talk about with the single or?
I'll plug what we got going on this
Yes.
weekend. So we're myself and the Dirt Devils are playing tonight at Johnny's Pickers Lounge in Clay City.
Outside, right?
Outside, it's going to be a
Oh,
beautiful
it's gonna be
evening.
beautiful, yeah.
Last
real
time we
nice.
played there, it was 952 degrees.
Not even exaggerating.
And I wish that I'd worn a bikini the whole time. I'm sure other people wish that as
And-
well.
Yeah,
some,
I'm sure
some
they
don't.
did,
Some don't.
And did the Pee Wee dance, right?
And I did the Pee Wee dance.
Okay.
So I'm going to start opening the shows with the Pee Wee dance. But yeah, we're playing tonight, starting at 8 o'clock. Probably play till midnight, and that's the first show of this this little weekend double shot, and then tomorrow. Today's Friday, so
Yeah.
So tomorrow we're playing at the Woods Event Center in Robinson. It's their anniversary party of when they opened, which was going to be big enough. And then they've got there's some sort of revolving Queen of Hearts up there where they change venues.
That's fun.
And we played a lot of their big events up there, and those people really love us. And the last Queen of Hearts deal we played there was, I don't know, last winter or something. And it was like on a Sunday, and we'd been on like a 4-day stretch, so it was awful. But anyway, I think the pot was like 30,000.
Oh my gosh!
And that place was packed.
Oh.
Well, she just told me that they're taking the Queen of Hearts, the drawing. They're partnering with it tomorrow, for the anniversary and for us coming or whatever. And she informed me that the pot is now $230,000.
Oh my gosh! I think we need to make a trip to Robinson.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm buying tickets.
That's like an album right there.
Yeah, a few people in Robinson. If you're listening, call me.
Yeah.
I need tickets from you.
I don't know. You probably have to be there to win.
Yeah.
It's usually.
But you can ride with me. I mean, you gotta carry some speakers or something.
I can do that.
Be a roadie.
I've got roadie experience.
Yeah.
I can carry and drop speakers with the best of them.
Not to brag or anything.
No, not
but
bragging.
I'm pretty subpar. Oh my gosh! Well, that sounds like so much fun.
I'm excited. It's a big giant like wedding venue, and they
It's beautiful.
yes, big giant open ceilings with balconies and
Yeah.
big huge stage. It's wonderful, and then they've got a green room for us. Thank
That's
God.
cool.
you know.
Yeah.
So what's on your rider? I mean, when
Huh?
you do your contract, what do you put on your rider that you got to have in that green room?
Well,
A flying pig photo.
a flying pig underwater with a wood frame.
Okay, you need like plaid M&Ms or something.
No, they don't make those anymore.
Okay.
Had to take those off.
Yeah.
No, I just Buffalo Trace and
Some Coors Banquets.
Coors Banquets on ice in there, and maybe a dozen jelly donuts or something. But
You make them go to Krispy Kreme or something.
I don't care. You can use a local bakery. That's fine. But
Do
Local's probably better.
the Dirt Devils, are they all banquet guys too, or they have their own flavors?
the drummer Ross, he's a banquet guy.
Yeah.
He's the one that really like I'd always had banquet before, but he was always drinking it, and I'm just like, just give me one of them too.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys that sometimes, if like I got this from Joey Fletcher, where you're just like, hey man, can somebody give me a drink? And like, just give me what you're drinking. I don't care. I'm on stage, like if like I see a random person in the crowd,
give me that.
I'm like, hey, will you get me a drink? And like, what do you want? I was like, just get me whatever you're drinking, And then they come back with like a Heineken,
Right.
non-alcoholic or something. Get
Okay.
us out of here.
Yeah, right.
But no, we got on. Ross was drinking them, and I had liked them before, but then we just I fell in love with them again, and we started pounding them. And Keith is like just a full blown NASCAR Busch Light, That's. But I did get all them guys on Buffalo Trace.
Yep.
Keith worse than the rest of them, and they all cuss me for it. Brian will have a few glasses of whiskey, but that's about it. He's
the calmest one of the group.
He's probably the most responsible, like in the most quiet way, and reserved. But he's one of the best guitar players I've ever seen in my life. So so I always get all wild and drunked up, and I'll go and I'll just mess with him all night, trying to pull him out,
right?
And he's come a long way as far as that goes, and I know that I'm a little overbearing at times.
Self-awareness is a great quality to have.
One of the things, like our big thing, or my big thing, my rule is whenever we're booking is that when I contact a bar contacts me, whatever I negotiate the price is, in the price is the band gets drinks for free. Like that's very important to me. That's a very old school rule.
Right.
Yeah, very old school. But there have been bands in the past that have abused that privilege, and I have never been one of them ever in my life.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ironsides.
Can't even say it with a straight face.
But that's very, very, very important to me that everybody. But they'll be like, well, how about we'll do X amount of money and 2 free drinks. I'm like,
No.
you're not understanding me.
Right.
I'm not coming there. Like, this isn't a negotiation.
Right.
This is my price. This is basically my rider.
Yeah.
And this is the only thing I'm asking. I'm not
Right.
asking for a meal. I'm just saying the band drinks for free. And I guarantee you that I'm the only one that's going to make a dent in anything. Because the other guys will have like 2.
Right.
And then I'll have like way too many.
Let's not name a number.
But, it all evens out.
Yeah.
But especially if, they have a good night. And but it works out. And I think that kind of knowledge has kind of got out there, and people know when they're contacting me that, this is what he expects.
Right.
So.
And I do think that's just a common courtesy, and like a lot of bars that I've worked at, they all, would include free drinks. But I do know that it does get abused, and it's like when they're like start including their wife and their girlfriend and their best friend, and it's like
different.
no, it's the people
only.
performing.
Yeah. And the sound guys.
And right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
everybody working.
Yes.
Everybody working to entertain needs some of that, go juice. That's
right.
That's all there is.
And it's honestly, even if you tie one on, it's still a not a huge expense for a bar, you know.
Especially if they're making money.
Yes.
And I also think that like there's been times where people have tied one on and not been able to do their job.
Right.
Which
that may not have ever happened to you.
Even if it looks like I can't do my job, my like there have been times where I couldn't do my job very well, but my band is so good that you don't know it.
Right.
You don't know it. So
yeah. Beau's not currently playing his guitar. He's just holding it for looks.
Yeah. Hey, play your guitar. Remember to play your guitar.
Oh yeah,
I saw Jerry Reed years ago at a honky tonk down in Florida, and he was falling off of his bar stool.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean,
he still sang and all, but I'm just like, holy cow.
I don't care how big you make it. I mean, everyone does that sometimes. It makes me think of the poor lady that sang this national anthem for the home run derby. Did you guys watch that?
No.
God love her. I am not one to mouth singers. Like, everyone has bad days, right? But this sweet girl, she partied a little too hard before the national anthem. And
she drank to
yeah.
No.
So I just kept waiting for her to find her pitch, and she, God love her, like, she was still trying to do the runs I'm like, all you got to do is just find your pitch right now. She got, look it up when you leave. She got annihilated on the internet. She actually checked herself into rehab over it. She came out and admitted, like, yeah, I was drunk, and she checked herself into rehab. But it was funny because none of us knew what was going on. And she got done singing, and the announcer goes, all right, let the party begin, or something. And he goes, or for some, maybe it already has. And sure enough, she was like, yeah.
It is the hardest song of all time to sing.
100%.
Yep.
I'm going to send you a TikTok or Instagram reel because I'm 37. I don't really watch TikTok, but I saw one the other day. This guy had wrote just talking about how ridiculously hard that song is to sing, and it was a guy on a boat that wrote it back in the 1800s, and yeah.
Yep.
To kill it, Chris Stapleton's the only one that's like ever really like made it super emotional, amazing, good, but
he's on another level though.
Oh gosh. I said I think you should just hire him. Yes. Hire Chris Stapleton out to sing every national anthem ever for you don't even have to tour anymore.
Every Super Bowl and
just every national.
You're hired by the NFL to do it
to the concert.
I'm gonna go to the Bucks game tonight.
Yeah. Fly him around the world. I'm sure he'd be
I just
down.
remember seeing just all those grown men just weeping.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Football players and coaches and he really killed it. But.
Yeah, cry right before you go into battle, like getting your feels.
Yeah, for real.
I miss my dad.
Oh, goodness. But yeah, you'll have to look that up because it was rough. All right.
That's scary. I don't want to have to follow that.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Bad intro. Oops.
maybe better. Maybe we should play it and then I should play it and then I'll sound really good.
Yeah, we could do that. Listen.
You've got meetings at what, 10 o'clock?
10 o'clock, yeah. I gotta be over at City Hall, so it's not super far away, but
It's in 20 minutes.
I know.
Oh, I think I found one.
Oh.
Imagine that.
National anthem.
Oh, you gonna play?
Oh,
I'm gonna play a little bit of it.
Four-time Grammy-nominated
It's so
country
bad.
Wow.
She's been to my shows before.
fans quickly noticing
What is
Oh.
happening?
what
That's the girl that comes up to you at about 11:30 and like, hey,
Can I
you
get
want to
on your
see
next
picture? You want to take picture with me, Kid Rock and Shellcrow? I'm like, do you know it? Yeah, I know it. I know it. I'm like, and then she gets on there and she's just like, just goes straight for the chorus. You know, because my band will do it. I'm like, hey, let's do this. And
Right,
we'll
just a little bit.
We'll kick off the song, and then she's just like,
Do
I
it.
put your picture with-" And then eventually I'm just like, hey, go see a friend.
Yeah.
So then,
Please
like,
get off my stage.
me and Bryant have to finish the song. You know? I was like, you do Cheryl.
You know I can't hit those octaves.
He can. He can. He's a crow, for sure. This is another guitar I built.
You built it?
Not really. I bought it, but
Sounds better.
It's,
No,
yeah.
I'm really particular. I took it to Backstage Labs in Mount Vernon. I just wanted to plug them because they did this for me, and I really like leather pick guards. I'm really big on like being original on things. My main Rode guitar is a Telecaster that I did build. I bought all the parts for it and put it together piece by piece what I wanted, and then I got a couple of handcrafted leather pick guards that were tooled out and put on there. And then I'm really big on these. You'll see these on almost all my guitars. There's a banjo tuner, and I stole that from Waylon. And Whitey Morgan does it, and so most of my stuff's kind of set up that way. I just like to be original that way. This allows me to just grab tunings whenever I want to, but I haven't got to play this out on the road yet, so I just wanted to tell a little bit about it, but it's not the one I had last time. See if I can remember how to play this one. I've heard it 1,000 times. I'm ready for it to come out so I can move on to the next one. But I probably shouldn't say that. I'm super excited about it. Next Friday, so midnight on Thursday night, this thing drops on all streaming platforms.
Woohoo.
And then we'll be playing it that night at the Dutchman on Main. But this is the one I wrote with Dylan Wolf, and went down to Nashville and cut it. And a guy named Frank Maroney produced it for me. And because of this one, several other people have contacted us wanting to work with me now. So
Good deal.
it's going to be exciting rest of the year and going into next year. So this is the one that opened all the doors, and it's going to be out in a week. But this one's called Two Story House. I guess it's safe to say, when the walls start to cave, it's getting over. All the times we waste stuck in our ways, just getting older. We play these wicked games like we don't have a thing to change. Don't say you're gonna walk away when the damage is all but done. Instead of saying that you hate my guts, shut the fuck up and mean it for once. We can both go round and round, back and forth over who's wrong and right. Or we can just call a spade and burn this two-story house down to the ground tonight. shots spinning fire. We're just sick and tired living this way. Set fire to the hurt, let it crash and burn. Strike a match, that old flame. We'll play these wicked games like we don't have a thing to change. Don't say you're gonna walk away when the damage is all but done. Instead of saying that you hate my guts, shut the fuck up and mean it for once. We can both go round and round, back and forth over who's wrong and right. Or we can just call a spade and burn this two-story house down to the ground tonight. To the ground tonight. Hey,
So
your turn.
good.
I'll stick to my knives.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, let's all stick to our crafts here. No, that was really, really good. I
Yeah.
love the song. I think
Great
it's
song.
so catchy and it's gonna be a hit.
I was so worried I was going to get canceled for saying the F word, but like just kind of around here, you know, it's very, very Bible belty,
Right.
You know, and I understand, but
Yeah.
I thought like maybe the community would be like
Yeah.
F word, no, but so many people that you wouldn't think were just that makes the song. It
Yeah.
makes the song. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is great. Come like Noah's mom was one of them.
Angela?
I was like, yeah, sorry, there's some strong language. She's like, no, it makes the song. Don't you dare take that out of there.
I think, music is so much about emotion, and like that word just really accentuates the emotion that you're giving in that song, and to take it out or to shield it with a lesser word. Yeah.
We try. I did I did an edited version. This one I did at the fairgrounds.
Yes.
Just because there was kids, but we recorded an modified edited version, and it was "Shut Your Mouth Up" and "Mean It for Once," and it sounds so stupid. So stupid. Don't ever play that.
Just true feelings that you're showing.
Yeah.
How does Ellie feel about this cuss word, though? Is she giving you a hard time, or
She
she's
knows-
singing it
she
right
knows
with
the whole
you?
song, but she doesn't sing that word.
She,
Good
she
for her.
skips over it.
Yeah, I
bleeps it.
I was in the car one day, and she was in her car seat, and she was in the back singing the song. I wasn't paying attention, but she
Right.
was just like, I heard her like, "Don't say you're gonna walk away," in her little voice, and I was like,
Aww.
Are you singing my
Are
song?
you singing my song?
And she's like, "Yeah, I love that song." And I'm like, it was just the coolest moment ever.
Yeah.
Because she knows every word, you know. And I don't know. I didn't know that she knew that was my song, you know.
Right.
But like, yeah. So like, it's super cool. That was another one of those, really,
Cool
oh
moments.
man, that I'll never forget.
Yeah, that's awesome. Sammy also commented, he's talking about me last weekend. I'm assuming with the Sheryl Crow reference, Sheryl Crow?
Yeah,
The s-
Sheryl Crow.
yeah.
Actually, wasn't it? Some drunk broad in Carmi Oaks, and then she spilled her drink all over my pedal board. And
Oh,
I'm like, get out.
no. We all have our moments where we think we're very good singers, which Sammy can
I do
kill
it every
it.
week.
I've seen it. You're right. Sammy can kill it. I've heard her. What's her song that she typically sings? It's more of like a punk rock.
Oh, it's Misery Business.
Yeah, she can.
Paramore, I think.
Yeah, Paramore. She can kill that.
That's the one. That's the one for her.
Yeah, we all have our one.
Yeah, like that's her my humps.
Yes. I'm not saying my humps showcases my voice in the best way, but it definitely showcases my personality in the best way. I have other ones I can hit a little better, but oh man, no.
I'll sing in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I've actually have residents, family members go, "Is that you?" And I'm like, yeah, sorry. And they're like, "No." I'm like, "Don't go there."
Right.
No, don't go there.
Go on, sir.
The singing chef.
Continue.
If I'm singing, the food's going to be real good.
Yeah,
All right.
for sure. For sure.
Celine Dion, that sort of thing. Did you watch that documentary? She lost her voice. It's got like she's got some sort of disease where like she can't, like her lungs can't expand, so like she can't sing anymore at all.
Oh my gosh.
And she's just wrecked by it.
Oh,
I can only
yeah.
imagine.
If that's your craft and your passion, and like
Mhm.
obviously she has the voice of a freaking angel, And then to lose that, yeah, that's really sad. I hadn't heard that.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I better get off here so I can make it to my next meeting.
Okay.
Important people got to do important stuff.
Yeah,
that's
super important. But
What recap here? So
Yes.
We got pork burger sales on Wednesday night, first Wednesday and third Wednesday. Elks is ripping amazing steaks on Friday nights. Food on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yep.
Tuesdays is still $1 off domestics.
okay,
Thursdays is dollar beers, Queen of Hearts, free jukebox, and food.
and you can always get horse tabs any day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So go out and support the Elks. Become a member if you aren't already. If you're interested in checking it out, even if you're not a member, pop in on a Friday night, Tuesday,
Yeah,
Thursday.
Absolutely, yeah.
Give it a test, and hopefully you'll join. But yeah, thank you for being here
Yes,
again. I love
no
having
problem.
repeat visits. Thank you for being here, Beau.
Yeah, it was
and
fun.
Best of luck on the release on the 26th,
Absolutely.
12:01 a.m.
That's right. Like everybody go and like buy like a tablet, and then download Spotify only, and then just put it on repeat with the volume down, and just leave it in your attic.
Help a guy out.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
I'm not asking for much.
Yeah, a lot of things will happen for me if it gets like 100 million streams.
100 million.
Yeah.
Hey. I'll.
Could
I've
happen.
got multiple computers. We can make
Yeah.
this
Could
happen.
Just leave it on at night. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got to be different IP addresses, or I just have a room.
Right. All right. Good to know. But
But thank you so much. Thanks for letting me come on here.
yes,
Appreciate it. Great
always
song.
Good. Always good.
Love
to
the
Appreciate it
song.
too.
Thank you for coming and go out tonight.
Johnny's Pickers Lounge.
Johnny's Pickers Lounge in Clay City. Beau Tatum and the Dirt Devils will be there.
There's also food if you're hungry and you want to
Yeah.
sit there and eat.
Beef Manhattans, I think, is what I saw. I think they advertised Beef Manhattans. But they looked good. I'm sure they're not as good as Chef Robert's, but
I sold out the last time
I was
did
going to
that.
say, I heard, I mean, I don't remember where I was, but they're like, no, have you had his Beef Manhattans? They're so good. So I haven't heard anyone talk bad about your food.
I appreciate that. Right?
Knock on wood.
Knock on
If they
each
did,
wood.
they're wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, that one person with all the
You-
other
you always have
positive.
one.
Oh, you do.
But they keep coming back.
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't that the best? But no, thank you guys for coming, and everyone, thank you for joining us on It's a Beautiful Day in Fairfield. We will see you next Friday
David Savage.
with David Savage. Thank you,
Savage.
Mark, for being my memory.
We're gonna talk about the Cubs next week.
All right.
Go Cubbies.
Go Cubs.
Oh, Cubbies. Everyone have a beautiful weekend. Enjoy this wonderful weather, and we will see you next Friday.
Bye.